There's one truth in writing that a lot of writers and people who aren't writers probably should kind of understand, and it's time they know. Get it? It takes time to write a book, and the waiting game when it comes to writing and the publishing industry can be a little slow. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the waiting game that writers go through when it comes to writing the book and the publishing industry. Stick around. Hello, my name is Jennifer Aline. I am a freelance writer, the mother of twin girls, and my debut novel, That Age, should be coming out the beginning of 2021. If you're a writer and you've been writing for a very long time, you fully understand the time that you have put into your books, your works in progresses, your publishing journey. You understand how much time goes into it. You also might understand the waiting game that comes with publishing a book. However, sometimes outsiders, the readers, the friends, the family members, they may not fully understand this waiting game that we speak of. Today we're going to speak more of it and talk a little bit about why writing and publishing really is kind of one big waiting game. Number one is it takes time to write a book. I kind of already said that, and most people understand that. However, there's more than just writing the book. If you're an outliner, you need to outline. You need to at least know what the heck your book's about, the main characters, the setting, the plot, the subplots, that fun stuff, and you gotta think about it. That takes time. Some people it takes almost a year to entirely plot and outline their book, while some people, sometimes they just need a month to prep it up, like Preptober. On top of that, you gotta write the book. Some people, it takes years to write a novel, while others, they can just pop out books after a few weeks because they have time to sit and write literally all day. Even if you're somebody who does fast writing, it still takes time to you. It takes weeks to write this novel, and that's just the first draft. After the first draft, there's the second draft when you go through it and you fix a lot of the crap. And there's the next draft, and as many drafts as you want. That takes time. And writers have to be extremely patient with themselves, with their critique partners, with their beta readers. It takes time, especially if you're someone who wants to publish this novel. To be patient and realize it's not going to happen all in 1 week. Number two is you have to wait for your professional edits. This mostly is for those in the self-publishing world. If they send out their novel to developmental editors, line editors, proofreaders, it's going to take a little while till those edits come back. So the waiting game continues. During that time, of course, other writerly things can happen, like marketing, cover art, all that fun stuff. However, you wait for those edits. It can take months to get those edits back. And when you get them back, you go through those edits and edit again. Editing never ends. Number three focuses on the waiting game that comes with querying your book. Those who want to be traditionally published, meaning they want their books to either be scooped up by agents and editors at small presses or agents who are going to submit your book to the big 5 publishing houses. I have videos that talk all about this, and I'll link them below so I don't have to go into it right now. Query is a one-page letter where you fully snag the attention of the agent or editor, hoping they'll want to ask for more of your book to read, and then they want you to sign a contract with them. They'll be the ones that help you get your book out there and all that fun stuff. However, it takes time. Once you send the query and the other documents that the professionals ask for, some may say 4 to 8 weeks. Some may say 8 to 12 weeks. Some may not get back to you for like 6 months. And after that, you may not hear from any of them because if they don't want your manuscript, some just don't send anything to you. When it comes to querying, it is a game of patience, which can obviously be frustrating and stressful if you're somebody who really wants your book to get out there and in the hands of everybody from a big 5 publisher or a small press. So this part of the publishing and writing process can be really, really slow because all you're doing is staring at that inbox. When you shouldn't be staring at your inbox, you probably should be editing. 4, again, is for those who want to go the traditionally published route, is once you are snagged up by an agent or editor, which can take years and manuscripts. So it may not happen on your first book, and that's okay. A lot of, conferences I've gone to, a lot of people and authors I've talked to say their fourth or fifth manuscript is usually the one that gets picked up. So keep on writing, guys. Part talks about when you do get picked up by a professional. That agent or editor is maybe going to go through, do some more edits with you, try to polish up your book if it's already not polished enough. And that agent will query the book and send it on off. Hopefully, a big house will pick it up. If it's a small press, they usually have editors in there that work with you to polish the book up. And that in itself can take a while. So put on that patience cap because it's going to be a ride. Be a really, really frustrating process because you want to get your book out and change, even with agents, even with a big 5 publishing house. Things can change. Things can happen in the world to make things change. So this can be part that really tests your patience and really proves to those who may be your friends, family members, followers, whoever, just proof on this waiting game that writing and publishing is. The last one I'm going to talk about today is sometimes a pandemic happens. It's not really that funny, but sometimes pandemics happen. And surprise, it happened this year in 2020. Of us, whether you are traditionally published or self-publishing, your book may have been impacted. Your writing may have been impacted. My writing and my publishing journey has been impacted because of COVID, whether it really is because of the pandemic slowing down the industry or because of the editors and those in your, or the agents, maybe they're going through something. It can slow down your publishing journey. So you have to work with that house to keep things moving and for your patience to hold up. If you're self-publishing, you may not get samples back on time because the mail is slow and it's super behind because the pandemic. Have to send things back and make changes to things, and then you may not get those samples back for a long time if you're self-publishing. So this can happen, and maybe we'll think, hey, a pandemic's not going to happen again in our lifetime, but hey, we're still in it. Who knows when this one will end? Really all I got for you when it comes to this waiting game. But I have more to talk about. Over here now at my desk, and we're going to talk a little bit about Preptober because it is the beginning of October 2020 right now, and I've never done a Preptober video before. Honestly, until I started AuthorTube about a year ago, I didn't know Preptober was a thing. All I knew was NaNoWriMo was a month in November when you just focused more on your writing. I didn't even know about the whole 40K thing you were supposed to do that month. And I still don't really aim for that. But still, everybody's doing Preptober videos, and I'm kind of in a focused Preptober mindset. I'm going to share a little bit about what I'm doing to get myself ready for NaNoWriMo. Preptober is. It is the month of October when you as a writer really prep to focus during the month of November. You outline your book if you are a plotter, or maybe you jot down ideas you have. If you already have a book you're working on, you schedule out when you're going to work on it, all the fun stuff. So Preptober is just a time when you kind of get ready to get down and dirty in the month of November. For me this year is going to focus on the work in progress that I've been working on for the past few months. However, I have not really gotten very far in it. I'm maybe 50 pages in. So I'm a slow writer, and I know I'm a slow writer. So I'm not going to focus on getting 40K in 1 month. Honestly, I can't do that, and I'm okay with it. So I'm really going to focus on getting halfway through my book. I would like to get to 20K. That's a lot for me. Like I just slow writer. And I'm really trying to find times during my day when I can focus on my writing. I can 100% slow my butt down, put on the Forest app, and focus. So let's see if I found some way in my schedule to make this happen in the next couple of months. On what my work in progress is. It's a women's fiction book. It's a chicklet novel. It's a women's fiction book. And it's a multi-point of view, 2 women from each of their point of view. And I'm not going to really talk about anything else about it, but it's really great, really fun, and I'm really excited about it. It's my outline for life, pretty much, that I really tried to make for myself and make it realistic. And the light green is all the time I spend with my girls. I am pretty much a full-time mom. I work from home as well, but I needed to make sure that I fit in some writing time. So most days, most mornings, I am with my girls doing breakfast, doing crafts. They do go and visit their family. Mondays where I can either go write or run errands. Usually it ends up being errands because I need to go food shopping. For example, it's Monday today and I went food shopping. When they nap, I do some work. So this blue is when I do some work for freelance writing, for social media management. I give myself about an hour and a half-ish to do that. If I get a bunch of work done, the pink allows me to nap because I'm an addict and I have to nap. So I nap for like the whole time during my girls' nap lately. And I stay up till like 2 in the morning focusing on work. And I don't want to do that as much. So I'm going to work for an hour and a half during their nap. And then the last like 45 minutes, I will allow myself to have a little nap unless I need to keep working. Monday are kind of my busy days. I go and do aerial. I teach aerial and I'm there for a while. I also put my record YouTube on Mondays. But if you can tell, evening time is this light purple. And that is my writing and reading time. It at least gives me from 10 to 11 every night, an hour or two where I can write or read. And I really think that's important. I also, on Wednesdays now, have time when the girls go over to their dad's to write for a few hours at a coffee shop or somewhere if I can get out. And I am going to fully dedicate that time to my writing. And honestly, Wednesdays are going to be just writing Wednesdays and I'm going to get focused and do it up. And then again, before my writing time, writing is like my treat at night. I do a little bit of work because that's when I do a lot of work actually. So that's kind of my schedule is I have some writing time at night, writing time in the evening on Wednesdays, and Fridays the girls go stay with their dad. So this yellow, it says socialize or write or catch up on work. So I may be writing on a lot of those Fridays and I'm sleeping the heck in on Saturday mornings. You have a little bit of a better idea of my schedule and all that. I'm trying to organize my life. I'm giving myself allotted slots where I focus on work, allotted slots where I focus on writing, especially during that Wednesday chunk of time. Those are going to be my writing Wednesdays, my writerly Wednesdays, my whatever Wednesdays where I get to go out, get my coffee and just relax, which I haven't been able to really do that in a long time. Meaning like have that time during the week. So I'm looking forward to that. Evenings have always been my busy time, so I'm going to kind of do half work, half write. If I need to work more, that's fine. But I really do want to try to fit in as much writing as I can in the evenings from that late night time till I go to sleep. So if there's live schedule, some witching hour writing sprints during the month of November. So stay tuned for that. Got for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening to kind of both of the topics I talked about. First, the waiting game that comes with writing and publishing, and second, my Preptober plans. So thank you very much. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe below, hit the thumbs up button. I post this kind of lovely writerly nonsense every Friday and sometimes a pop-up video here and there. So thank you very much. Stay creative and drink that coffee, folks.